Hey guys, this is Kanish Sharma. Welcome to Talking NBA और आज बात करेंगे about this season. Let's talk about the season. So, let's start. First of all, I would talk about this guy. I love to talk about this man. He's none other than the man who is setting the league on fire. It's none other than the reigning MVP. It's none other than James Harden. James Harden today becomes first player in NBA history to record 30 plus points against all the 29 teams in NBA in a single season. In a single season! Wow, that's a hell of a record. As the Rockets swept this season with Atlanta Hawks, James Harden continued to rack up these scoring records. It was all about 31 points. He scored 31 points against the Atlanta Hawks to achieve this record. And coincidentally, Atlanta Hawks, in the last matchup we saw, James Harden was easily scoring 30 points against every team. He has scored 30 points for 32 straight games, and we were looking for him to continue that streak. But it was Atlanta Hawks against which he was not able to score 30 points, and his streak came at a halt. So it was Atlanta Hawks which made him angry, and this time against Atlanta Hawks he scored 31 points, and the rest is now in the books. So never make James Harden angry or never steal his record. What else can we say? Now, what we have to look right now is whether the Rockets can win the championship or not. That's what we are looking out, because everybody is getting bored after watching James Harden scoring 30 points in every single game that he is playing right now. But that's a big streak that that's a big time play that he's making this season. Every game is a big time play for him, and he's averaging 35 plus points per game. That's huge. That's really huge. I don't want to talk about him anymore. He's doing everything. He was just 2 rebounds shy of a triple-double. Just 2 rebounds shy of a triple-double. He should have gotten those 2 rebounds. Enough of James Harden. Yes, of course, enough of James Harden. He'll make those records every day now. It's for every day. Now let's talk about the team which is considered as one of the hottest teams in NBA. And you know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about the underdogs, which I call them. I'm talking about the Brooklyn Nets. Today, D'Angelo Russell of Brooklyn Nets scored a career high 44 against as the Brooklyn Nets registered a franchise record 28-point comeback win in Sacramento against Sacramento Kings. Bad for Sacramento, they are working hard, but good for Brooklyn Nets. They are also working hard. They are also playing great. So good for Brooklyn Nets. Russell also had 12 assists, helping the Nets snap a 3-game losing streak and sweep the season series with Sacramento Kings, which means they haven't lost to Sacramento Kings this season. Again, good for Kings. Good for Brooklyn. Playing their 4th game of a difficult 7-game road trip, losing the initial 3 games against OKC, Utah Jazz, and the Clippers. The Brooklyn Nets were down by 25 points at the starting of the final quarter. And you know which is the one guy who steps up during these situations? And it's none other than your star player. And for Brooklyn Nets, the star player today was D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell had 27 points in the final quarter. But despite all of Russell's heroic performance, the score was tied at 121. Wow. With 5.9 seconds to go. It was still tied. Well, of course, coming back from a 25-point lead, it would be difficult for you. So it was tied at 121, and so I would consider D'Angelo Russell to take the last shot. Of course, he was on fire. Everybody would have thought about this, but they were not able to dish the ball out to D'Angelo Russell. But there was one more guy who proved himself that he can be brutal in those clutch situations. It was none other than Hollis Jefferson, who failed to hand it off to D'Angelo Russell, but somehow was able to drive in and put down a layup shot a game winner with only zero point 0.8 seconds left on the clock. It was a difficult shot. I don't know how it went in, but it actually went in, and D'Angelo Russell, no, sorry, D'Angelo Russell, Brooklyn Nets won this historic game. Wow, the 28 point comeback win was the biggest ever comeback win in Nets franchise history. They outscored the Sacramento Kings in the last quarter by 45-18. So how much is the difference? 45, 18, 20, 25. Okay, that's a big difference. I can't calculate right now. But for the Kings, who suffered their fourth loss in last 5 games, De'Aaron Fox contributed the most with 27 points, 9 assists, with rookie Marvin Bagley top scored with 28 points on 12 of 15 shooting. Why this notification is coming? Bad timing. So now with Miami Heat having won 2 in a row, this win was a very crucial for the Nets to maintain a good playoff run for the playoff, good run for the playoff, and to achieve the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. So it was really important, and they had that. So it's good for them. So these were the main headlines. Wait. I'm forgetting. Yes. I was going to talk about San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio Spurs, look out for San Antonio Spurs. They haven't lost a match in their last 9 games. They won their three straight home games. Haven't lost their last 9 games. So they have climbed up the ladder. And of course, they are a playoff team. Greg Popovich is there. We have DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge there. But yes, the Tony Parker left the team. Year before, Tim Duncan retired. Last year, Manu Ginobili retired. So the championship team was broken, but still, they will of course get rebuilt. They have their big players, and also Pau Gasol is there. So they have their veterans with them, and they have the world-class Greg Popovich. So let's look out for them. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.